I've been discussing George Orwell's novella Animal Farm for a week, and I told you earlier that Animal Farm is a very informative novella. It is based on the Russian Revolution, on the incidents which occurred during and after the Russian Revolution in 1917. This story was written by George Orwell and published in 1945. The story begins with Old Major's speech, which is a very important part in the story. The whole story is based on that speech. Animals are motivated to revolt against human beings, and they do revolt on the same night and get rid of Mr. Jones, who represents the Tsar of Russia. Old Major represents Karl Marx and Lenin, Vladimir Lenin. And later on, when the animals get rid of human beings, the leadership of the farm falls on pigs in general, and two pigs, Napoleon and Snowball in particular. Napoleon represents Joseph Stalin, yes, and Snowball, Leon Trotsky. Trotsky was an honest, hard-working, visionary, idealist politician in Russia, in the USSR, and Stalin was a shrewd, cunning, clever, power-hungry politician. Clear? In Animal Farm, Napoleon represents Stalin, and Napoleon is power-hungry, Napoleon is cunning, Napoleon is cruel, whereas Snowball, who represents Trotsky, is a visionary leader. He wants to improve the lives of all the animals. Animals represent the people of the USSR, working laborers and proletariat. So Snowball tries to uplift them, and that's why he works hard for them. He teaches them, he makes plans for the betterment of Animal Farm, and gradually he gains popularity amongst the animals, which Napoleon does not like. Napoleon sees Snowball as a threat to his acquiring soul power, and that's why he doesn't like Snowball. Snowball makes plan to build windmill, and he draws maps and consults different people regarding the construction and the changes which the windmill will bring in the Animal Farm. And he tells the animals that he is planning to build a windmill which will change their lives. It will generate electricity in the farm, and electricity will be very useful for the animals. It will totally change the lives of the animals who have not seen happiness. Napoleon does not like this idea. He thinks or he believes that windmill will be of no use to the animals. And he destroys the map by urinating on it and spoils the whole plan. Later on, Napoleon arrests Snowball and expels him from Animal Farm and declares that Snowball is a traitor. Snowball has been in a secret league, in a secret association with Mr. Jones, the human beings. The same thing happened in the USSR also. Trotsky was a visionary leader and he planned to implement 5 years plans in the USSR, in that country, which Stalin did not like earlier. And Stalin arrests Trotsky, and later on Stalin says that 5-year plans were Stalin's plan, which Trotsky had stolen. In Animal Farm we see Napoleon later on, after giving exile to Snowball, Napoleon says that the plan of windmill was Napoleon's plan basically, which Snowball had stolen. Clear? Whatever goes wrong in Animal Farm after the expulsion of Snowball is attributed on Snowball. Even if there is thunderstorm, even if there is no rain, it is declared that Snowball is behind all these things. He is in close association with human beings and is not happy if something good happens to the Animal Farm. Fine. There are other animals in the farm like Boxer, Clover, Benjamin, Molly. Moses was also there. Moses was a crow earlier, but he was expelled from the farm as soon as the human beings were expelled. So now Moses is not there, but other animals, Boxer, Clover, Benjamin, the sheep, the cows, hens, birds, pigeons. Pigeons are sent in the neighboring farms to spread the news that Animal Farm is prospering. Animals are very happy in the Animal Farm, and the other animals in other farms should also follow what the animals in Animal Farms have done. They have got rid of human beings. So animals in the other farms, in the neighboring farms, should also try to get rid of human beings, and thus they will also be happy. Okay? But what is happening in the Animal Farm in reality? Boxer, who represents the working class, the laborers, the mechanics, works hard, very innocent, very stupid creature. A horse, he works hard and harder throughout. He has firm faith in the policies of Napoleon, the leader, the supreme leader in the Animal Farm. And Boxer believes that Napoleon is the most intelligent animal in the farm. And whatever Napoleon does, he does for the good of the animal farm. He does for the good of the animals in the farm. And when there is shortage of food, Boxer doesn't mind it. He thinks that Napoleon is doing his best, but there is shortage of food. It is not Napoleon's fault. It may be the fault of the nature or there may be other reasons, but Napoleon cannot be blamed for this. When the leadership says that a windmill will be constructed in the farm and all the animals must work harder and harder to get it constructed, Boxer literally works harder and harder and harder for the betterment of the farm. There is a storm and windmill is destroyed one day. Napoleon says that we should not be disappointed. We will work still harder to get it reconstructed, to get it built. And Boxer works harder again. He becomes old gradually, becomes sick. He is on the verge of death. And Napoleon thinks that since he is going to die, why not sell Boxer to a butcher? And he invites a butcher to take away Boxer. Butcher comes with a cart and puts Boxer into the cart, which Benjamin and other readers come to know that the cart belongs to a butcher. They raise a voice of protest against this, at which the pigs say that the cart originally belonged to a butcher, but now it belongs to a doctor. So Boxer is being taken to a doctor's hospital for a better treatment. Some animals are satisfied, some are not satisfied, but the Boxer is taken away from the farm and sold to a butcher, and money is received by Napoleon. Napoleon and other pigs gradually acquire the habits which belonged to human beings basically. Napoleon starts drinking milk. Napoleon starts wearing clothes. Napoleon and pigs start walking on foot. Napoleon and other pigs start sleeping on bed. In this way, they thwart the rules, the constitution which the animals wrote for themselves. They break all the rules which were there in the constitution, the animals' constitution. So the theme of the story is idealism and reality. हम बनाते हैं बहुत ऊंचे ऊंचे हम आदर्श बनाते हैं, चाहे एनिमल फार्म के एनिमल्स हों या इस दुनिया के ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हों. हम आइडियलिस्ट होते हैं सभी. हम सपने देखते हैं बहुत ऊंचे. देश जब बनते हैं या आज़ाद होते हैं तो वहाँ के नागरिक एक संविधान बनाते हैं कुछ आइडियल्स को बेस बना करके. जैसे एनिमल फार्म में जानवरों ने कुछ आइडियल्स को बेस बना के एक संविधान बनाया। हर देश में संविधान बनाया जाता है और कोशिश करते हैं, जो शुरुआती पीढ़ी के लोग होते हैं जिन्होंने वो दिन देखे थे, बुरा दौर देखा था, वो कोशिश करते हैं कि हम उस संविधान से बिल्कुल भी अलग ना हो, क्योंकि हमारे थिंकर्स ने, हमारे लीडर्स ने ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया है। लेकिन ग्रेजुअली, सिंस पब्लिक मेमोरी इज़ शॉर्ट, आगे की जनरेशन्स आती हैं, वो धीरे धीरे भूलने लगती है कि वो दौर कैसा था। उनके पूर्वजों ने किस तरह की परेशानियां झेली थीं, कैसे बुरे दिन देखे थे। नई जनरेशन को ध्यान नहीं रहता, उनको लगता है कि सब कुछ ऐसा ही था जैसा आज है। ऐसी फ्रीडम पहले रही होगी। फ्रीडम क्या है भाई? कोई चीज़ हमें मिलती है तो हम उसकी वैल्यू नहीं करते। जब वो या तो वो खोती है तब हम उसकी वैल्यू करते हैं, या पहले नहीं थी और फिर मिले अचानक तब हम उसकी वैल्यू करते हैं। लेकिन आगे की जनरेशन को फ्रीडम मिली हुई होती है तो दे डोंट वैल्यू दैट फ्रीडम। डेमोक्रेसी मिली हुई होती है, दे डोंट वैल्यू द पीपल ऑफ फ्यूचर जनरेशन डोंट वैल्यू डेमोक्रेसी। क्यों? दे हैव सीन, दे लिव इन, उनके लिए डेमोक्रेसी कोई ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है कि उनको कोई वरदान मिल गया हो। हाँ, उनके पूर्वजों के पास डेमोक्रेसी नहीं थी और उनको डेमोक्रेसी मिली तो दे वर वेरी हैप्पी एंड दे वांटेड टू प्रोटेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी एट एनी कॉस्ट। बट देयर जनरेशंस वो डेमोक्रेसी के बीच में ही पैदा हुए, वो फ्रीडम के बीच में ही पैदा हुए, तो उनको डेमोक्रेसी की कीमत पता नहीं होती और वो खुशी खुशी खो भी देते हैं। जैसा कि एनिमल फार्म में हम देखते हैं, इसमें तो वही जनरेशन चल रही है, क्योंकि राइटर्स को कई जनरेशन की कहानी नहीं बनाना चाहता था, वो शॉर्ट में कहना चाहता था। लेकिन उसका कहने का मतलब ये है कि पब्लिक मेमोरी बहुत शॉर्ट है। एनिमल्स इन द एनिमल फार्म हैव वेरी शॉर्ट मेमोरी। Whatever is told to them, they believe. Squealer, who represents media, tells them whatever comes to his mind, whatever is for the benefit of the pigs, whatever is for the benefit of the leadership of the farm. If the pigs want to distort the truth, they tell Squealer to do so, and Squealer does it.